Well, Vince, that was a heck of a nice start last weekend.
Yeah, 2 of them really, heat and main last weekend. Changed a couple things up with the bike and got the starts back. So, yeah, we also put in some work this week in the whoops, and I think we made some progress there too. So it's tough right now, man. Everybody's good. I know we've probably done a few of these interviews and saying the same thing, like it's stacked and everybody's fast, but on one hand, you want to look at it like, man, like normally there's 5, 6, 7 good guys that dropped out of this thing by now, but it's making us all better, and got to kind of enjoy going back during the week and trying to put my head down and trying to figure it out. And that's what we went and did this week, and see what it shows tomorrow night.
I think working on the whoops last week was probably a good idea for this week. Looking at the set behind you,
yeah.
I think it's 16 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. They seem to be built a little bit better this week, actually. They've been making them really, really steep. And for us 450 guys, it's okay. Like, we'll skim the tops of them. But when you get the B group guys and then the 250s, they start dropping in really deep, and they get super cupped, steep, and then they get edges taking you every which way. So it's almost like even the best guys, like even the whoop masters, they're going to be like, oh, they're good, leave them. But they're going in there with their eyes closed. Like, they don't have control, and it gets dangerous, really. But when they make them a little bit rounder on top like this, they're still deep and they're far apart and all that, but they're a little rounder on top. And I mean, they're still going to separate guys. Like, you'll see Malcolm still passing 5 guys in one set of whoops and stuff like that. So yeah, I think a little bit safer is better, and then you're still going to see like what the fans want to see, what everybody wants to see is passes being made there. So yeah, I think this dirt is awesome. The stadium's obviously awesome, and we're pitted on a different side, which I'm still trying to get my bearings straight about me, but I'm excited, looking forward to it.
That set last week it wasn't that long, but man, those things had teeth.
They were nasty, man. They took down a lot of good dudes, like good whoop guys too. So yeah, I know you like those whoops last week.
Oh, dude, I love the whoops.
Yeah, yeah.
I love whoops, big whoops, period. Like,
I think you were rolling through them when I went by you in that main event.
Oh, damn.
I'm pretty sure you weren't even.
Okay, well, let's put it this way.
jumping.
When I was feeling it, I was
okay.
I'm good.
All right, well, he goes off he goes for flow. He's not going for speed. He's going for flow.
It was funny. I ran into Roger in the airport on Sunday morning, and he says, "Hey, do you notice how far Cooper came back from?" And then I went and looked at the photo, and man, you were back there in the first turn.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't ideal, but yeah, it was a good charge. It was made some quick passes on the first lap, got into a good position, and tried to put the head down. Didn't help myself with track position, but made some good passes, and got into second and was able to cut into the lead, but just kind of too little, too late. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate the bad start, but we've been working hard this week to try to fix those for the Triple Crown.
I was sitting in the press conference looking at the 3 guys sitting up there, and I go, I think we found our 3 guys that are going for the title here.
Yeah, I would say so, but you never know. I mean, we were talking about it at, the race before, San Diego. Eli and Ken weren't on the podium, and then there's been times where I'm not even on the podium either. So it's super competitive, but we obviously are the top 3 in points right now, and, it seems to be that we're maybe the established 3 of the season, but Barch has been riding great. Anderson, AC, Zach. I mean, shoot, there's so many freaking guys, so you never know. Blake, but that's the exciting thing about our sport. You never know what to expect. I feel like every weekend is a different guy that's the guy to beat that day. So we're trying to be that guy every weekend, but we're doing everything we can to be right in the fight.
This place has been good to you in the past, especially last year. But, man, what do you think for this weekend?
Yeah, Dallas is a special one for me. It's always been a great race. 250 days last year, having the closest race in history. It's pretty cool. And, yeah, I kind of have some friends here. I grew up, racing a lot here in Texas as an amateur. So I love this stadium. It's cool to come here and see it. And it's a good one for me. So hopefully we'll keep it rolling this weekend.
Number of whoops this weekend matches the number on your bike.
Yeah, they're pretty long. I think there was supposed to be a double according to the track map, but there's no double. It's just a lot of whoops.
Man, what are you thinking so far for the season?
It's been tough. I mean, I was sick at the first round, then had 2 decent results, and then got sick again, and just been one of those deals where can't get the momentum going my way, but hoping to do so here in Dallas.
I was going to say, maybe not what you were expecting for the year?
No, especially not after the off season I had, and just coming in, 100% healthy as far as my structure went. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It happens, and only thing that'll fix it is just keep working hard. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, what are the goals from here through the end of the season?
Yeah, just get things turned around and get on the podium and hopefully get a win before the end of the season and get things headed in the right direction for outdoors. You know, it's pretty much just solely to build from this point on and get the ball rolling in my direction.
Week 1 jitters, are they gone now?
Man, I don't even think they were jitters. It was more just being back to racing and new team, new bike. We had some kinks to work out, and I wasn't feeling the greatest. So main event was where I should have been all day, and then didn't even get the result I wanted. But feeling good coming into this weekend.
Yeah, how were the starts?
Starts were better. We worked on them this week. There's honestly actually a kind of an issue with my whole shot device last weekend. So that wasn't, my starts were usually solid, just something different from race bike to practice bike that we didn't catch up on until the main event. So we have that figured out this week.
Yeah, all those little details matter.
Yeah, exactly. And just I think it was coming unclipped as soon as I got out of the gate and didn't really know what it was, but I ended up just being something small. So fix that. Yeah, that'll be important this weekend.
What do you think for here?
Man, just execute starts really and be better than last weekend. I mean, I felt like I rode well, but didn't have the good starts and then had that mistake. So we're better than where I was last weekend and just need to prove it this weekend.
16 whoops in that set over there.
I didn't even count them.
Okay. You can be able to carry speed all the way through, or do they turn into jumpers?
I mean, they're pretty mellowed out, so they're not so deep. I don't know. We'll see, though. I'm sure Coop will find a jump plan at some point.
Good luck this weekend.
Thanks.
All right, Justin, that had to be a nice confidence boost after last weekend.
Yeah, 100%. Had a little bit more pep in my step, a little bit more interest in making a big drive down to Club MX and getting myself, tuned up. And man, I had a blast doing that this week, riding with my brother and riding with JB and hanging with the Club MX guys. Their tracks are just sick, and the dirt's probably more likely similar to this in Atlanta and these East Coast rounds. So got some race experience, man. I had to throw it in with those guys, and it was a fun week. So we got 2 days before the rain, and we get to ride today. So, but man, I don't know if you see it, but I see some artistic weird stuff, and a 5-stair set. So I'm actually super excited about this.
Yeah, a wall jump out of a corner and then turning while you're in the air, right?
I dig that. Anything that's just goofy that just throws everybody off, I'm into. So I think me and Josh excel at that weird stuff where you got to be dialed and you have to think every single lap, and there's consequence. We kind of dig that. So that's old school Supercross. I'm into it.
It was nice seeing you get in the main last week, and man, you were getting ready to go racing with Chad in that LCQ.
Yeah, the LCQ was fun. I've been in a couple of those battles with him this year. I mean, overall, last weekend was a step back in the right direction. We've had some rough ones laying on the ground and some decent ones, but man, this class is tough. It shows in the LCQs how many guys are in there, how fast the pace is, and even in the mains. So, we're still working at the same goal, continuing to try and get better, and here at home in Arlington this weekend.
What do you think of the track so far?
And I haven't looked at much of it so far, but the dirt looks awesome. We've had a lot of rain here. It's kind of been the story before the last couple weekends. I've had no riding during the week, just Saturday race. So fortunately this week we got a little bit of riding in at the practice track that I had built, and the dirt looks good here from the rain, so I think it's actually going to end up being an awesome track this weekend.
Coming in with not much riding can't be easy.
No, I mean, during the weeks, like anything else, on a bicycle, in the gym, the more you do it, the better you feel. And it's been tough the last couple weeks to show up on the weekends and expect to run that pace for 20 minutes, especially on a short track last weekend, how many laps it was. So it was nice to get some riding back in, get the confidence up a little bit, play with the bike a little more, and be here at home without any traveling.
What's the plan coming into this weekend?
Well, it's a Triple Crown. It means you got to get 3 good starts because the guys are just unbelievably good. For me, it's just try and be consistent, try and get inside the top 10 because, I still haven't reached that goal and I really want it. So, it all starts from the start, I think I have the speed. I just don't think I have the speed to come from the back to, to be up there. So for me, I need to get a good start just to learn that speed, from the top guys, and give me a chance to, be battling up there.
all settled in on there though? Got that bike pretty well figured out now?
Yeah, I'm happy with the bike, Team Tedder, and everybody else that's helping me out. Thor, Liat, the guys at Alpine Star, Arai. It's just have a guys. We've have a really good program, and I'm really happy with where we're at. Just up to me now. So I'm happy with everything. There's no excuses. The bike is really, really good. Actually, I'm getting more used to it. I feel like I'm riding well. I just haven't delivered yet. But yeah, it'll come.
Well, Shane, you got off to a good start last week. What do you see here so far?
I think it's going to be a little softer than last weekend. We had a pretty hard-packed track in Tampa. But here in Dallas, normally in Dallas, it packs in pretty good. It's more of a reddish clay dirt, but I know here we've got a little bit more rain this year, so it's looking a little darker than normal, which is good. I think it's going to rut up good. I think it's going to break down good, and I'm feeling good. I had a good week, and it's time to go race.
Yeah, I've seen years here where this place looked like concrete too.
Yeah, no, I've raced here a few times where it was like really hard. It's like riding a test track in Southern California, but this year it looks good.
Getting off to that good start, that had to be a good confidence booster for you.
Yeah, it's something that we really put in the time in the off season working on, and it was nice to see everything pay off at the race. That's why we practice. That's why we work on these things. So it was comforting knowing that, all right, we've been working on the right things, and now let's just keep going.
Under 23 rules a booger, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, in Europe, I'm 23 now, so I can't ride the 450 class. So I decided to come back and race 250 here in America. Kind of a little bit on my own deal. I have a little bit of support through, Monster and a few people, but basically just myself. And, it's tough right now. I just had to swap my suspension and everything over, so it's not too fun. Hopefully I can do well and try to get on something.
Yeah, a bit of arena cross also?
Yeah, I did a deal with Babbitt's to do the Arena Cross Series. So I did that with them. It's not over yet, but I injured my shoulder a few weeks ago, so I missed a couple rounds. But I'm doing that in between the Supercrosses, so then I can use their bike for the Supercross, because it's pretty much what I'm used to, Monster Energy, Kawasaki, so it's good.
And first Supercross for you?
Yeah, first Supercross ever. I was going to do some in 2016 with Bud Racing, but I got injured right before, so it's the first time, not being in the stands, so it's a pretty cool feeling.